Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Lachey. So today I'm giving you guys some tips how to move out at a young age, how to move out in general, how to move out for the first time, all that. So if you guys want tips on how to move out and what you should do, then definitely stay tuned and let's just get straight into this video. I do have some stuff written down so I don't forget, so we're just gonna jump straight into this video. So my first tip is know your budget. You need to know your budget, write down all your expenses, electric, Wi-Fi, your rent. You need to know your expenses because just trying to move out going based on how much the rent is not going to be smart because your bills could fluctuate. So your electric bill could be $50 one month and $30 the next month. So you need to kind of know your budget and make sure that you're able to afford that budget. It's also good to calculate just all the bills you think you're gonna have, get your total and see how much you make in, see how much you make in a month and see if you can afford that. So know your budget, write all your expenses down, and that's where you should start. So my second tip is, can you afford it? You need to make at least three times your monthly rent. So if your rent is $500, you need to make $1,500 in a month, like 3 times your rent. So your income should be stable. It should be enough for you to survive and not just be paying like $1,500 if your rent is $500. If your rent is $600, you need to be making $800 a month. So that's key. That's key. So my third tip is to not look longer than 2 months. Some people look 6 months in advance. That's not smart. The property could be sold. It's going to be no longer there. You're going to be obsessive. I know when I was moving out, I used to look at this Craigslist. I used to look on Craigslist like every day. And if you're not moving anytime soon, there's no need to look because that property is not going to be there. I think a good amount of time to start looking is 2 months in advance because that gives you enough time to look at the place, see if you like it, bring some people with you so they can also look at the place. So don't look for an apartment any sooner than 2 months, okay? 2 months only. My fourth tip is the location. Where do you want to live? Do you want to commute? Do you not want to commute? I know I hate commuting. You waste gas. Is your car good on gas? Do you want to save money on gas? Are you going to have to fill up your tank every week? So you should be looking at the location and see where you want to move to make sure it's close to your job. I think that's the best route to go. Minimal travel saves you gas in your tank and who wants to wake up extra early just to go to work because it's an hour away. So you need to start looking at your location when you know that you're trying to move. My fifth tip is cut off expenses you don't need. So if you have cable and you have a gym membership and you have Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon TV, cut off what you don't need. You should only need one. If you have Netflix and Hulu, cut off cable. You're saving a lot of money, $7.99 a month, and most jobs they give you free gym membership. So if you are working like a 9 to 5, see what your company, see what kind of incentives they have. Some jobs give you gym membership. I know a lot of my jobs, we have free gym, free lunch. So if you don't need cable, cut it off. Just get Wi-Fi and have Netflix or Hulu, one or the other. And if you can find a gym membership at your job, that saves you a monthly amount of money. Also, if you're in college, you can use the gym there. So if you're in college and you work, most of the times you're gonna have a free access to a gym. So don't be wasting your coins going to, Planet Fitness, Bet Fitness, LA Fitness, whatever the case is. If you have a gym at your college, use your college gym. You save $10 to $20 a month. So cut off everything that you don't need. If you have a cell phone, try to go prepaid. That's what I've done recently. I got rid of my contract account. My monthly bill now $35. I'm saving way more money. My bill used to be like $120. I'm saving way more. Like I'm saving over $100. So cut off what you can. And a quote I really like is live below your means. That's honestly what I'm trying to do now. You're gonna be successful and have more money in your savings if you live below your means. So get rid of everything you don't need. So my sixth tip is, what can you sell? Try to compact everything into a small size so that you don't need to spend money on a lot of moving expenses. If you can sell a dresser that you don't use, sell that. If you can get a studio apartments, 1 bedroom or a studio. Try to sell everything you don't need. If you have clothes you don't wear, try to sell it for some cash. If you have antiques you don't use, just try to sell everything you can because I know that moving is a hassle. The more stuff you move, it's gonna be like frustrating. So if you can condense everything into one, it's gonna be a smooth trip, probably one trip. So yeah, try to sell stuff. I know I did. I sold my TV, I sold a TV stand. So my next tip is to have at least first month's, last month's security and about $200 to $300. I say this because in the past I've only had my rent and security, which where I live, that's all they really want. I know other places want last month also, but whatever state you live in, I usually only had that amount. But when it comes time to moving, you're like, I found myself in a crunch because you have to pay U-Haul, and then when you move, maybe you just need some plastic plates just to get you by. So like, it's not good to just move in with security and your rent. You need to have at least an extra 300 so you can have plates, you know, toiletries, get tissue, maybe buy a towel if you're, you know, sometimes I don't wash my clothes before I move. So you have dirty laundry and no clothes. So, you know, just have at least 300 bucks to 200 just to get you some toilet paper, washcloth, towel, plastic plates, plastic forks, and also refrigerator food. When I move, I make sure I have like milk, cereal, ramen noodles, just the basics. So try to move with some money. Like, don't just move. That's definitely what I learned. Next tip is a huge important tip, and it is have money for emergencies. Literally, not credit cards, money in your savings, and at least $3,000. So that's on top of the money you need to move. So yes, you probably should start saving at least 8 months beforehand or 6 months beforehand, at least $200 every month or $200 per pay period, because I know, thankfully I didn't have a lot of emergencies, but I did have some emergencies where I had to use a credit card, which put me in debt, you know. So you want to have emergency money so you don't have to use a credit card, because yes, it's great to build your credit, but you also can go over the 30% rule and start using way more credit than you need to, and then it becomes hard to pay it off. And the next thing you know, you're making monthly minimum payments, and you're never going to pay down that amount because your credit card bill is just, you know, that interest is raising high. So save at least $3,000, I recommend, in emergency savings. And then once you move, keep building it, you know, keep putting $100 in it or $200. You always want emergency monies. I definitely can't stress it enough, and that's definitely something I've learned since I've moved a couple of times in my lifetime. So yeah, get you some coins in your savings. My last final tip is a huge important tip, and it is to have good credit. Period. You need good credit. Who wants to find a guarantee, a signer, their parents? Like, a lot of places, they're really not as lenient if you have to find a signer. So just have good credit. Plus, no one really wants to sign on another lease with someone where they're not living. So you need good credit, and not just for an apartment, you guys, for car loans, for loans in general, for emergencies. I'm paying the price now because my credit is not the best anymore. You have to have good credit to get an apartment, to get a house, to get a car loan, to get, and not even to get these things. You can get these things, but if you don't have good credit, they're gonna be a lot of money. Like, if you have bad credit or, you know, okay credit, your payment could be like $300 for a car. If you have a great credit, like 700 and above, you could be paying like 150 because your interest is lower. So just save money, have good credit, work on your savings, know your location, know your budget, like a budget, okay? Budget. These are all my tips on how to move out at a young age, how to move out in general, how to move out in life, and just what you should be doing before you start moving. If you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up, comment below, leave some love, let me know your thoughts on moving, all that good stuff. Hit the notification bell also to make sure you're getting my videos when I post, because YouTube is messing with your girl. Thank you guys again for watching my video, and I will see you guys in my next video.